All right, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone tonight to Growth School, and welcome especially to the month of November 2023. And I hope you're doing pretty well and you are having very swell moments that seem to be transforming you and that is making you become a better person on a daily basis. I hope you're prepared for the things that the month of November holds and you're set to be more positive, to be more progressive, and to be more profitable in the things that you do. So, every time we come on Growth School, we are always ready to receive value, to be empowered, to be inspired, to be transformed, and to become better people in the things that we do. So, you're welcome, and highly welcome to Growth School. It's been a while we've done this, but I'm delighted that we are having this again. Please do well, like I always plead, do well to share the link of this video to your friends, share on your WhatsApp status, and let's have people come in here to learn and get really better. Okay, let them learn and come get really better. And I can tell you that this is going to so transform your life, and they will be grateful. They will be grateful for this. They will be grateful for this. Okay, this is so essential. All right, so welcome everyone to Growth School. And today we're talking with, I will be sharing on the topic point of advantage part one. And this is because I'm aware that we'll be needing lots of, we'll be having this series over time and we'll have to share a lot of things in order to draw real lessons from the topic. Okay, so this is going to be a part one, the part one of this series on the point of advantage, and we'll take it further from there. Okay, so point of advantage. Now, I'm going to start by saying to you that life is not designed to offer you an advantage. Okay, by default, life is not created to offer you advantages. You desire to become really great, to become really exceptional, to accomplish great results in your life. You desire to get to a very great height, whether in career, whether in your finances, whether in your personal life, whether in the work that you do, whether in the things that you desire to become. You must understand that by default, life was not designed to offer you advantages. If you find anyone, maybe you look up to someone and you found out that, oh, this young guy was born from a very great, maybe from a wealthy home, or he was born by highly influential parents, he was born by high net worth individuals, and you found out that, oh, the guy just became successful, or the lady became successful, or the lady achieved something phenomenal. You must understand that someone must have created that advantage to make that possible. By default, life was not created to offer you advantages. You must decide and you must get to the point in life where you want to create the advantage to become what you choose to be. So you must get to the point where you decide and you start working consciously to create your own advantage. So the number one thing I want you to get is that life is not designed by default to be an advantage to you. Every man or every woman or every individual or every professional or every star got to a point where they created their own advantages to become what they become. Okay, to become whatsoever they chose to become in life. So life by default has lots of disadvantages. That's why, irrespective of the location you choose to reside, irrespective of the places you choose to go to, there is always something to complain about. There's always a situation that tries to disempower you or to discourage you from becoming those things that you desire and long to become, except you create the advantages that would help you become it. For example, no one went to school and made the first class easily. There's no one who went to school and made the first class easily. they all created a point of advantage to be able to attract those things to themselves. And you must understand that there's an effect that is always created to make you become whatever you want to become. That's the starting point. Life by default, there is always something in every dispensation, in every time, irrespective of who rules and the power of a nation, or irrespective of the things you see around you, that always tries to pull you back from becoming what you want to become. And this is the reason why a lot of the times words like pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, go after your vision, and do those things many times don't work. And that's why they weary people out and don't make them become great in life eventually. So every time you seek for pursuit, you end up not getting the things you pursue for. All you need to do is to decide to create an advantage that will draw them close to you, and then you would enjoy the things that you long for and you desire. You know, there's a part in the Bible where the Bible says that the lazy one, okay, the weary one, okay, the sluggard desires all his years and does not seem to have it. Okay, the sluggard desires all his years and does not seem to have it. If only by desire men can get result, it means even the lazy will become wealthy. So there is a point you must understand that everyone who becomes successful seem to create an effect of advantage. And you need to start asking yourself that what advantage are you creating to become what you want to become? I remember at a particular point, I think this was last week, I was in class and I was taking a particular course in computing and I was trying to speak to those 100 level students I was talking to. And I told them this was a question. Was it a question, or probably I was trying to challenge them? I was trying to ask them that what defense are you creating for yourself that guarantees that when you graduate from what you're studying today, you will not struggle like the masses? What defense are you creating for yourself today that brings a guarantee that you will not struggle like the masses eventually? Because there were people who studied the course you are currently studying, and right now, even though they seem to be very brilliant and they got a good grade, why are they still struggling and not getting the wealth in that particular profession? That's always because they seem not to have built a defense early that would guarantee that they will not be poor, or that would guarantee that they will not struggle, or that would guarantee that they will not be amidst those who would only desire and not get it. So I asked the students those questions: that what defense are you building? What defense are you building today that will shield you from the struggle and trouble of the age? So you must understand that we must create an advantage to become the things we desire to be. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about is, while some people are born with certain advantages and you long to be like them, you long to have the advantages, you long to probably be born in a wealthy house, be born in a certain location, be born in a certain country, you must always understand that even though they met advantages, they need to understand how to use them in order to succeed at them. So it's possible that you were born in a wealthy home and end up becoming poor because you don't understand how to create your own advantage and means what was built and created already. So this is more reason why, while you seem some people were lucky, you must come to an understanding that some people created the advantage that made them what they become. So this is very critical. You will not be relevant or blessed outside the advantage created for you or created by you. You will not be relevant. You will not be blessed. You will not be fulfilled. You will not be satisfied. You will not be pleased. You will not progress. You will not succeed outside the advantages that were created for you or that were created by you. This is why understanding the point of advantage that can make you become whatsoever you want to become, that can turn you into one that when opportunities come, you would be able to have them use them, and advance from them. So advantages are what defines your relevance, are what defines your influence, and are what defines your blessing. Let me paint a picture. There was this point in the Bible where we looked at this story that, oh, Jesus was passing by a particular country, a particular city at a point, and while he was passing by that particular country or that particular city, unconsciously for him, unconsciously for him, he was just going and passing by. And there was this woman who has battled a lot. She has had issues of blood, blood gushing out of her body, and probably the physicians could not find any reason. She went to certain physicians, she went to certain people, probably she even visited certain prayer houses, and yet the issue persisted. And she heard that Jesus was passing by and probably would have heard about him, like, oh, he was doing wonders, he was praying for people, and people were getting healed, and miracles were happening. And this woman did not tell Jesus anything. She just decided that she was going to be at a point of advantage that would make her healing take place. And while Jesus was passing by or was staying in the particular place, she thought in her mind, and that's going to be my starting point. She thought in her heart that just by touching the hem of his garment, she was going to be healed. And she stood at a point of advantage. She did not remain outside an environment where that thing was going to be happening. She touched the hem of his garment, and immediately the issue of her blood stopped and the issue of her blood dried up. And eventually, virtue came into her, and other conversation happened where Jesus was asking, who touched me? And the disciples were saying, oh, out of this multitude, how will you be saying, who touched you? And all of that. And he knew what he was saying. And the woman spoke and she said, oh, that daughter that was made oh. Wow, she got a miracle because she stood in a place and a point of advantage. Now, let me ask you, in your desire for miracle, you must understand that it's not by being religious about it that will make you get it, but it is by choosing to stay in the point of advantage that will make that miracle come to you. Right now, maybe you're listening to me and you're saying, oh, I wish I'm wealthy. I wish I can make wealth. I wish my business will prosper. I wish I can get that degree. I wish I can get that job. I wish they can pay me this amount. I wish I can rise to this point. And you're wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing without creating the advantages that will make them happen. Without working strategically and wisely to make yourself harness those things, to make yourself get those things, to make yourself walk in those things. Now, let me teach you something. Have you studied politicians critically? Politicians in any country at all? Study politicians, whether those who are in the political office, like the president, the vice president, the speaker of the House of Rep, the Senate president, those in the parliament, those in the House of Assemblies. Just study them critically. Take a cue to study them critically. You would always find out that before they walked into certain political offices, or before they made a decision to maybe purchase the form, join a political party, and then they do all of those things, before they thought even of politics, they were doing certain things around certain people, or their parents or relatives were doing certain things around certain people that opened up the door for them to be able to do these things. Which means they did not start positioning, they did not start staying in the point of advantage while they thought of going into politics. They began long before those times. There's this picture, there was a picture that was circulating at a point where there is someone right now, very powerful, prominent in Nigeria, and there was a picture of certain people around him. And today, they are looking at certain people in certain positions, and they found out that the people who took picture with him then, who were around him that time, and who stood loyal till this time, Many of them are getting the reward for political positions. Why? Because they built a point of advantage. Listen to me right now. You desire a great future where you become great at business, great at doing things, great at succeeding. Look at the business people, the most successful business owners and entrepreneurs in the world today. You would always find out that there are certain circles they wear around before they stepped into business that turned them into giants today. So the question is, what is your own point of advantage? What's your point of advantage? What's the point of advantage you have today that guarantees that you will rise to the things you desire? Now, number one effect you need to have is the mind effect. Number one is the mind effect. Number one is the mind effect. You want to be at a point of advantage. You want to transform your life. You want to transform your family. You want to transform your resources. You want to change your life in a small way. You need to create the mind effect. The mind effect. The mind effect. Very critical. The mind effect. It is Robin Sharma that the author of the book, The Man Who Sold His Ferrari, Robin Sharma, who said that everything is created at least twice. Everything you see is created at least twice. First in the mind, and secondly in reality. Everything you see is created at least twice. First in the mind, and secondly in reality. Now, this means that there is nothing you crave for, there is nothing you see, whether in people, or you see as things, or you see as monuments, or you see as businesses, or you see as successes, or you see as increase, or you see as profit, or you see as advancement. Everything you see is created at least twice. First in the mind, and secondly in reality. The truth is, you would not create anything on the outside that you have not created on your inside. I'll say it again. You would not create anything on the outside that you have not created on your inside. You will not create a good family on the outside except you have created it on the inside. You would not have a good marriage on the outside except you have created it on the inside. You would not excel in your academic pursuit on the outside except you have excelled on the inside. You will not build a great business on the outside except you have created it on the inside. You would not make good friends on the outside except you have made them on the inside. You would not visit the great places on the outside except you have visited them on the inside. You will not build connections with high net worth individuals that will change and transform your life except you have connected with them on your inside. And this is the reason why most times there are great people who come to you in life and you lose them. That's because you try to enforce it on the outside without meeting them on the inside. Look at every great result. Look at every great thing you crave for, every great thing you aspire from. If you don't create them on your inside, you will not create them on the outside. By the grace of God, there was no one in my family lineage, there was no one, whether on my mother or father's side, who has a PhD, okay, who has a PhD at least, not yet. By the grace of God, I happen to be the first. Why? Because I created a reality inside of me that I want to become a PhD holder, and then I was willing to face the hurdles on the outside to ensure it became a reality. Now, it's not what you've been through that will determine what you will be, but what you have created inside of you is what will determine what will be your reality. The difference between what you have created inside of you and what you are yet to see is just the difference of time. This is the reason why, the same way, when you see people fall into certain scandals, whether sexual scandals, whether monetary scandals, whether certain scandals you know of at all, it does not start on the outside. You know, there are people who say, oh, because they were tempted, then they fell. Because this came to them, then they fell. Because the lady or the guy was doing this to them, then they fell. No, those things were first formed on the outside. Then the difference was time, and then it became a reality. So everything that happens is created at least twice. First in your mind, and secondly in your reality. Thank you so much, Abiodun Alda. Yeah, the mind effect. Thank you, at Talk with Crown of Wealth. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Okay. It's first created in the mind and then on the outside. Your life will not stretch outside of your mind. Your life will not stretch outside of your mind, because you would only stretch your life into a reality that have been stretched in your mind. So this is why it's very important that you choose to empower your mind more. Let me give you a quick principle. Let me give you a quick principle. When things happen to you, when things happen to you, things that are not pleasant, things you are not delighted about, things you seem not to love, things you feel like, I don't think I really want these things to happen to me. And then you find yourself responding to them. I'll tell you the reason why. You find yourself responding to them, or sometimes when you respond wrongly, I will tell you the reason why. The reason is always because your outward has been more empowered than your inward. The reason is because your outward has been more empowered than your mind. When you feed on things that are average or below average, and situations greater than those realities within you present themselves, you end up finding yourself that you become discouraged, or you become depressed, or you become disappointed, or you become disempowered. Why? Because your within has not been empowered than your outside. Your within has not been empowered than the situation that presents itself. And this is the reason why there are a lot of professionals that cannot perform when situations that they expect them to perform hard are presented to them. Why? Because they don't prepare their mind to face those situations. So you must always choose to empower your inner world than the situations that happen in your outer world. So you realize that there's always a world within you that must be enforced, that must be empowered, that must be strengthened, so that you don't become crumbled by the things that happen outside of you. I've seen people, maybe not seen people, but I've heard of people who cannot stay or survive in relationships. Sometimes you would even hear them say, oh, the guy is really nice. Like, the guy is nice, the guy takes care of me, the guy buy things for me, the guy is cool. Like, I really like the guy so much. And yet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships out of it. The question is, why do they lose good people? Why? Because they don't empower their inner world to be able to accommodate good people. And you must understand that you will not attract what you have not built in your mind. You will not attract to yourself what you have not built in your mind. So your life, or the things you have right now, is a reflection of the thought you have built over time in your inner world. And this is why you must let the outer world, you must let the outer world work to the advantage of your inner world. Let the outer world work to the advantage of your inner world. So that's why you will find out that there are certain people, irrespective of what is going on, irrespective of the situations in their nation, the situations in their immediate community, the situations in their family, the circumstances they've been through in school, the situations that people complain about, their mind have been so empowered and so strengthened to the point that they would always cite advantages. So your eyes will see by the strength of your mind. I'll say it again. Your eyes will only picture by the strength of your mind. The moment, I'll say that again, listen, the moment your mind becomes powerful, your eyesight will be powerful to always draw advantages to you. Even amidst crises, even amidst situations that are displeasing, even amidst the fact that people can go on WhatsApp status and post a lot of things, go on Facebook, post a lot of discouraging things about relationship, the moment you create a world within you, you will begin to cite advantages amidst their complaints. So you attract advantages through the things that you do and through the way you strengthen your inner world. Pay attention to your inner world. Pay attention to your inner world. And listen to this. Those whose outer world seems to be stronger than their inner world are usually responsive. So they respond to them. They react to them. Okay? They always react to things. Why? Because their outer world is stronger than their inner world. But you see those whose inner world seems to be stronger than the outer world, they are always optimistic about things that happen. They are optimistic about things that happen. Those whose outer world are stronger than the inner world, they are reactive towards things. Those whose inner world are stronger than the outer world, they are always optimistic. Have you seen people? Maybe there was a time in your life you've seen people that while you are complaining and saying, oh, things are bad, things are not too good, it seems like this, you are making all the complaints. You just say, calm down, it's nothing. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Have you seen people like that? They are always positive, and you are surprised and shocked about why they are positive about life. Even you who is not facing that situation, you feel pity for them and you feel so bad about what has happened to them, and yet they are so calm, they are so cool, they feel all is well, they are not dejected, they are not agitated. Why? Because they have learned to strengthen their inner world. They have learned to strengthen their inner world. Tribute to the late Ubon King. I want to share a story shared at a point. Tribute to the late Ubon King, a phenomenal speaker, amazing motivational speaker, and successful entrepreneurial and serial businessman before he died. Now, listen, there was a story shared, and it's possible the video may even be on YouTube. Maybe you may want to check up on them. Ubon King got to a point where, like everybody knows in his story, he finished with a third class. NYC missed his name. They didn't put his name for graduation, and he had to survive just to pay school fees to be in school, the University of Calabar. And then, he was doing all of that, coming to Lagos, going back to school just to hustle to make ends meet. And it got to a point where he became really interested in security. All right. He became interested in maritime security. And Ubon King would go to the newspaper point, and the paper he always picks up is something about security. He reads about it over and over and over and over and over again. I would soon come to that probably. Okay. So he will read about it over and over and over again. And at a point, he made up his mind that he wanted to make 100 million naira in that year. I think this is over 10 years now. He just said he wanted to make 100 million naira. And this was what Ubon King did. Ubon King indoctrinated himself that he was going to make the 100 million. He said in the ceiling where he slept, he wrote 100 million naira there. In the toilet or in the bedroom, he just put it there, 100 million naira. If he turned to this side, 100. So he indoctrinated himself to the point whereby everywhere he turned to, he was seeing 100 million naira. So 100 million naira, 100 million naira, 100 million naira. So every time he was seeing that. In that reality, he has not made the 100 million naira. But you know what he was doing? He was enforcing his inner world to believe that 100 million naira was possible. He indoctrinated himself that much that everywhere he went to, he went here, he did this, he was looking at this, that he was going to make 100 million naira. Guess what? Not too long, months after that experience, months after enforcing the inner world, he got that 100 million naira, I think, through a single contract. Listen to me. You desire wealth and greatness in your life. You desire accomplishments in your life. You desire to become a great speaker at what you do. You desire to become a celebrated author. You desire to become a well-honored maybe president or politician. You desire to become a serial entrepreneur. The question is, how are you enforcing your inner world to be able to attract those things? How are you enforcing your inner world to be able to draw those things? The moment you don't believe anything inside of you and you have not built that reality within you, don't expect it to happen on the outside. Don't expect it to happen on the outside. I'm going to tell you another story. I know maybe a couple of people remember the story of Joseph in the Bible. Remember, Joseph was in his father's house. He was the second. Joseph was like the second to the last born. His brothers hated him, and he was in a situation whereby nothing appeared he was going to be the leader. Imagine being the 10th son amidst 12 different. Was it the 10th or 11th? I think it was the 11th. Yeah, it was the 11th son. Joseph was the 11th son, before Benjamin. And in that reality, he believed in himself he was going to rule his brother. He was seeing the dream that he was going to rule his brother. His brothers were going to bow to him. His brothers were going to submit to him. His brothers were going to do this, and he was going to rule them, and all of that. He saw it in himself. He didn't know how it was going to happen. Listen to me. You don't need to know how your miracle will come. Just create it in your inner world. You don't know how you are going to get that PhD. Create that reality in your inner world. You don't know how you are going to build a house. You don't know how that travel opportunity will come. You don't know how that scholarship is going to come. You don't know how that greatness will come. Even right now, maybe you are designed, you get married. You don't know how that person is going to come, but create it in your inner world. And listen, that is the secret of faith. You see, the secret and the system of faith is not mystical. It's first creating that reality within you in your inner world, and then consistently you will see the world magnetize those things as reality to you. So empower your inner world. Empower your inner world. I wrote down something here. When you have great things you long to accomplish in life, always create time to bring your mind into stillness. There's something the Bible says in the book of Isaiah, that in quietness and rest shall be your strength. In quietness and rest shall be your strength. Listen, when you are too distracted by the things happening in the outer world, you will not be able to create anything remarkable. When you are too distracted by the things going on around you, you will not be able to create a strong magnetic force that will bring a miracle to your life, that will bring greatness to your business, that will bring increase to the things you do. Why? Because you are distracted to be able to harmonize and draw those things. Listen, and this is why meditation is powerful. Meditation is not normally something meant for spiritual people. It's a power, okay? It's an immense process, is an immense tool that God has given to everyone, irrespective of your religion, to turn you into a mighty and a great individual. To a mighty and great individual. He said, in quietness and in rest, in stillness shall be your strength. Wow. That's remarkable, okay? That's very significant, which means there is an immense force that seems to magnetize testimonies to you, that seems to magnetize things to you. So you don't have to pursue it like many people do. They come to you. Why? Because you have built the force through meditation. Because you have built the power, you have built it to come to you regardless. Why? Because that is the mind effect to draw those reality to you. So why do you think you struggle so much for the things that should come to you? The difference between you and the people you look up to in your field, or you look up to in certain areas, or you look up to in certain places, is the fact that they know how to increase the magnetic force to draw opportunities to them. When opportunities run away from you, it's not the time to say all you want to do are just religious activities, but come into a point of stillness and draw it through meditation, and then you see yourself ready for opportunities. And this is always the issue I sometimes have with people who go through just religious activities. Like, it's a good thing. Listen, I have no issues with people. I do it. People who just say they pray, they attend programs, they go for events, they do all of those things, is always because they are so distracted. They are so distracted by that activity, and they don't empower their minds to attract the results and answers to them. And sometimes, in carrying out those religious activities, there seem to be answers and questions given to them to be able to bring a miracle and to bring testimonies, but they are not paying attention. Why? Because the outer world seems to be distracting them. Thank you so much, Aderonke. Wow, it's nice to have you here. Thank you, Aderonke. The mind effect. Yes, very powerful. The mind effect. So you will see them getting distracted by the activities that a seeming good engagement that should bring result to their lives now seem to become a disadvantage. A seeming good activity like prayer that should bless them seem to become a distraction to them. Why? Because they concentrate on the activity and don't pay attention on what is going on within. And they don't pay attention on what's going on within. You must create a stronger force through your inner world that can change your life. That can change your life. Listen, meditation is not meant for the rich. Meditation is not meant for the great. The rich meditated their way out of poverty into wealth, and the great meditated their way out of mediocrity and average because they took that effect. And you will not change the wheel. You need to create great force in your inner world that will change your life. The mind effect. Your point of advantage, the mind effect. Very important. Very important. Now, I want to tell you a secret. I'll tell you a secret, and this is going to be deep, and I'll take time to pay attention to it. If we can't cover the other two I have for today, we'll take it next week. But listen, have you ever asked yourself, how do people get indoctrinated into certain belief? How do people get indoctrinated into certain belief? And I'm going to tell you this. And this is probably the same system that has been used on you over time. Maybe it has been used for you on you over time, irrespective of where you are from. Okay, irrespective of where you are from. Yeah, thank you so much, Aderonke. Meditate your way out of mediocrity and poverty. Yes, very key. Meditate your way out. There's a way. There's a way. Even if your shoe is not in 5 figures, you can so live and be so happy to the point that people will believe that you won $1 million just by meditating alone, just by taking time to meditate. Now, I was saying something about how people get to a point where they become indoctrinated and why you need to practice that. When people want to indoctrinate you, when they want to get you indoctrinated to believe something, one thing they always do is that they make every other information seem like it is wrong. Have you realized that? They make every information on the outside seem like it is wrong. They will make every other person seem like they are inaccurate. They will make every other thing look like it's irrelevant. Have you always noticed? When they want to indoctrinate people, whether in any religion, they only want you to listen to them. Okay, they only want you to listen to them. They only want you to listen to those things. They don't make you think of questioning those things. They don't make you think of sieving out and finding out whether those things are true or not. They just tell you any other thing you hear apart from this thing is not correct. And that's how people become indoctrinated. That's how people grow into becoming fanatics. The truth is, can you be so fanatical about your dream? Oh, can you be so fanatical about your dream? Oh, Shegun Taiwo, thank you so much. I'm really grateful. Thank you for this vision session. Oh, thank you so much, Shegun Taiwo. It's a great honor and great privilege to be. I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm seeing, I can see the comments coming in. Thank you, guys. I'm grateful. This is a blessing to you. Okay. So they make you become like no other person is correct. They are the only one correct. So you go every day, all you believe in your mind is, oh, nothing else is correct. This is the only thing. This is the only thing that is true. And then I must just believe it. I must just hold on to it. I must just go on to it. And if somebody comes to you and tell you, oh, have you thought of this thing you have believed? You say, no. You would have even seen people, they will fight about those. They will fight and be like, no, my this one can't be wrong. That person that can't be wrong. This person have been teaching me for long. This person have been telling me this. That person is correct. They made them become so indoctrinated to believe those things to a point that they don't question it. The truth is, how indoctrinated are you about your dreams and vision? How indoctrinated are you about your goals, about your future, about your dreams, about your advancement, about your finances? Do you see a news? Do you see a news about something happening in the economy, and yet you now stop believing? You now stop believing those things that you were told. You just stop believing. You just stop believing about those things that you were told. So I want to say that you must get your inner world to a point where you become indoctrinated by what you are created within, so that the things on the outside don't break the mansion you have built inside of you. Some of you, or some people, maybe not you specifically, some people, they will build a great mansion in their inner world and they will see a bungalow crumble on the outside and make that crumble the mansion they have built within. So that's what I'm saying. You must get to a point where you indoctrinate yourself with certain positive, progressive, and profitable belief. I'm seeing some of my people. Dan Williams, what's up? I'm getting transformed. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope the movement is going on. And I hope great things are happening with you and the initiative. Thank you so much. Aderunke, thank you. Be fanatical about your dream. Yes, so be fanatical. Get so fanatical about your dream to the point that irrespective of what happens, irrespective of what people may come and say, I don't think this is possible. I don't think that is going to succeed. I don't think this is going to, I don't, and they keep giving you all of those things and all of those things. When you become so indoctrinated, every of those things appear like noise to you. Just the same way you were told that Jesus is the way and you believe it and nothing else can take it away from you. The same way, believe that your dream is valid. Believe that there's possibility in achieving those things. Believe that you can get to the greatest height beyond your imagination, and you can grow and advance, and you can meet great people, and you can get to the point where people decide to recommend you for great things. You can eat 1 million, you can eat 10 million, you can eat 100 million, you can get to the point where you keep growing. You can believe that your product can sell. Indoctrinate yourself that much to a point that nothing else will make you sever away from it. All right. That's the power of being indoctrinated. Okay. Now I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this, and maybe take questions. Still on mind effect, okay? If you don't learn to control your mind, that mind will control you. If you don't learn to control your mind will control you. If you don't learn to control your mind will control you. If you don't learn to control your mind will control you. I learned this from an expert. I think it is a neurological scientist or someone who learned something about the mind, neuron, brain, and all of that. That if you don't learn to control your mind will control you. Let me ask you a question. Whenever you choose to sit down and be still, like you choose to sit down, shut your eyes, be still, how long does it take you to bring your mind to be harmonized just to stay focused? How long does it take you to harmonize your mind to stay focused? And the longer it takes you to harmonize your mind to stay focused, the more it appears that you have been robbed from premium thoughts. The longer it takes you to bring your mind into harmony, to concentrate on something crucial and key, the more it proves that you have been empowered from premium thoughts. Like maybe you want to sit down now and you want to begin to meditate on things that can make you grow, that can make you advance, and you want to think about how business will grow. You want to think about how you can get a travel opportunity, maybe to get a scholarship, and you want to just take time to meditate. Or you want to sit down and start reflecting on how you can expand your business, or you want to think about how you can connect with someone, or you want to think about how you can convey that event, or you want to think about how you can move to this place or grow to this place or advance to this place. And while you are trying to think those things, one film you watched on Netflix, that movie you downloaded on YouTube, that skit you watched at that time, and the person that owed you this, oh, that person that offended you and did something that was wrong, and all of those thoughts are just jamming each other, bang, boost, 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 boost. If this always happens to you, and it takes you a long time to harmonize your mind, it means your mind is taking control of you. It means your mind is taking control of you. Oh, thank you so much, Abiodun Olda. If you don't learn to control your mind will control you, definitely. Blessing Otunye, amazing. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you last Saturday. Maybe at this time I want to just share and come back. There is an event happening in Lagos, Ikeja GRA FM Event Center opposite Chicken Republic. It's called Confab, and the team is beating the system. Maybe I just want to share it that time. Okay. Myself and Blessing we connected, I think it's since 2020. That's about 3 years, and we've always reached out online. We've always reached out online, communicated, we spoke online for a couple of times, and it's been like that, check up on one another, how you doing? And Blessing has been doing very well. And for the first time on Saturday at our pre-confab event, because I happen to be a volunteer for that event, and we met physically and had a very good conversation. Nice to have you here again, Blessing. Thank you so much for joining, and looking forward to see you again on Saturday. And for everyone, I'm inviting you specially to Confab. I'm inviting you specially to Confab. Let me put on the flyer. Let me put on the flyer here so that we can see that. So Confab, the full meaning of Confab is Conference of Faithful Ambassadors. Okay, and they are having their 14th edition of the conference this Saturday. This Saturday, um, this Saturday, 4th of November. Allow me to share my screen. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. So thank you so much, Blessing. It was nice having you. We'll see again on Friday, on Saturday, God willing. So that's the flyer. That's the flyer. Let me share. Yeah, that's the flyer. Let me take this off. So beating the system, how visionaries upset upset the establishment to create new industries. Yeah. So and it's really going to be phenomenal. I can guarantee you. Like this is not an event you want to miss at all. Like why do you even want to miss it? This is not an event you want to miss at all. So beating the system, and it's really is going to be an amazing, a phenomenal event. Like this event will change your life in no small way. Like forget, this is not hype, this is real. And when you see someone that has done something for 10 years and more, you need to respect them. So this is the 14th edition. I think it was 12th edition. I was at the 12th edition special. Like I've always heard about the event. So they'll be having phenomenal people like Dr. Ayogunson. Dr. Ayogunson is the chairman of Executive Group of Company and is also a member of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund. Rotimi Eyitayo, the CEO of a consulting firm, Bolaji Osime. She's a founder of an educational institute. Chidi Godwin is someone in the tech and 3D industry, and the convener, Oluwakoye Oluwatosin. That's a co-founder of Chronicle Software. They are those who developed the Success Tab application. So it's really going to be a phenomenal event. For those of you who has not met me in real life, so it will be a privilege to meet me in the real life. Okay, so we'll meet, connect, chat. Just reach out to me. Let's connect. Let's chat. Let me know you in real life. Let me see your real face. You know that comedy. This is not my real face. So. So I want to see your real faces, and I want to meet you. I want to connect with you. I want to offer you warm, nice hug, and I also want to listen and hear about what you're doing. Let me see how I can contribute to them and connect with a lot of other professionals. Okay, so that's it for Confab. I look forward to meeting you guys. Please, when you get to the event and you see me, don't hide your face. Okay, so I look forward to meeting you guys. I look forward to meeting you at Confab. Let's meet, let's connect, let's chat. So that's the flyer. You can also go to my Facebook profile, go to my Facebook wall. I posted, I think I posted details there. Or go to Confab, just go to Confab Global on Facebook. You'll see all of the details, the direction on how to get to the place anywhere you're coming from. And then let's meet. Please, let's meet. I want to see you at Confab, okay? And it's really going to be phenomenal. So I was talking about, I think someone dropped the comment here. Oh, thank you so much, Janet. Nice to see you, Janet Aluko. Nice to see you, Janet. Janet, I'm blessed to meet you. Thank you so much. I hope you will be at Confab. Blessing, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. It was a privilege meeting you too. Yeah, it's always a privilege. So when people meet me sometimes, it's always that privilege. I love to make contributions, and I'm just the way you see me online. So I'm not one guy that would fake, or you now see me, I'm fairer than you met me or darker than you. So you see my real face, and it will be nice to meet you. Okay, so I was talking about the fact that if you don't control your mind will control you. So if you don't control your mind, like you can't sit down for 15 minutes, 30 minutes to bring your mind to order, to control it and let it focus. Let your mind just focus. Okay. Sorry, hold on a sec. I will be back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much. Um, all right, thank you. So, all right, welcome back to the show. All right, so if you don't control your mind will control you. If you don't let your mind come to a point of stillness where you just bring it to begin to build something productive, you shut your eyes, take out time for meditation, plug an hands free, listen to sounds that bring your mind in order. There's this podcast I'm subscribed to on Google Play Store. Maybe I can recommend it. I think I should be able to recommend it. Um, I'll tell you the name. The podcast is majorly focused on meditation. Yes, meditation minutes podcast. Yes, meditation minutes podcast. I recommend that for you. Like they have 13 minutes meditation, 12 minutes meditation, 10 minutes, and they guide you to take a posture with which you can meditate effectively. Okay, so I recommend that meditation minutes podcast. Very phenomenal, and I think there are others. There are others also. There are some videos also on YouTube that you can download, or just choose to download the audio, put on your smartphone, and sit down every morning and just listen. Okay, just listen. Bring your mind, empower your mind. And most times, I advise that you do this at night before you sleep, or in the early hours of the day. I know for those who reside in Lagos and maybe you stay on the mainland, you need to go to the island. Sometimes you wake as early as 4. Do it at night. So before you sleep at night, empower your mind so that when you wake up in the morning, your mind is freshly encouraged. So before you go out, and maybe you are not going in your private car, and before maybe the conductor say, ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ kúrò ńbẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ fi yẹn lẹ̀, and then they say, ẹ̀gbọ́n you're changing, and you begin to listen to those things. You have empowered your inner world. Okay, you have made your inner world become so positive, or you get into the go slow or the hold up, and before you begin to feel really discouraged and it affects you psychologically, you have built a very strong inner mind to the point whereby you are enforced. And then when you go out, you listen to inspiring things, empowering things, get yourself set for the day, positive for the day, and then you see yourself become powerful on the inside. So that's why I said, if you don't control your mind, if you don't control your mind on the outside, on the inside, your mind will control you. And that's the reason why sometimes when people say things to you, you want to react to them. When someone shares something that is not even your business on Twitter, you want to bring your own aggression and just react to it. And we see lots of people doing that on X. Okay, it's not Twitter again, it used to be Twitter, on X. Okay, some people do it on Instagram. They'll just bring their mouth into matters that did not concern them. Okay. um Okay, Dan Williams. Okay, let me type it. I said meditation minis podcast. Meditation minis podcast. Okay. So that's the name of the podcast, Meditation Minis Podcast. So you can even just search, whether you search on Google or maybe Apple Podcast. Yes, it should be available on Apple and on Spotify. Yeah, so you empower yourself consistently. So I'm also going to recommend another podcast. Another podcast is 7 Good Minutes. Yeah, wow, that podcast is amazing. Like they will just silver out the powerful part of certain thought leaders. 7 Good Minutes is also another phenomenal podcast. Like I love to listen to it. 7 Good Minutes. Yes, 7 Good Minutes. Okay, very amazing podcast. You can also listen to Entrepreneurs on Fire podcast. Okay, they have a lot of really good lessons. That was where I knew about John Morris. Wow, that man is a phenomenal writer, and I learned a couple of things from him. Okay, so Entrepreneurs on Fire, 7 Good Minutes, Meditation Minutes podcast. Okay, so I also have my own podcast, Growth Secrets with Abiodun Mustafa. Okay, so There are some very amazing thoughts there also you can follow up on. Okay. So if you don't control your mind will control you. You must deliberately choose to control your mind. Bring your mind into subjection. Let it sit down. Let it pay attention. Let it focus on something consistently for a long time. And you'll see yourself empowered to draw out solution through those means. Okay. And I want to also say this, that okay, someone is asking a question. Shegun Taiwo, where can we get the links, sir? Just go on Google. If you go on Google search engine, just type those things. If you type those things there, you see it. It will bring it out for you. And if you make use of Android, you can download Google Podcasts. Okay, you can download Google Podcasts on your smartphone. Apple, you can go to Apple Store if you make use of iPhone. Just download Apple Podcast, okay? And when you search for them, you just subscribe, and then you see a lot of the uploads there. Okay, so very, 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 very key. Okay, so I want to say that proactive people are powerful within, while reactive people are disempowered within. So proactive people are empowered within, but reactive people are disempowered within. So those who are empowered within them are the people who are empowered inside of them. So there is a power, there's a strength, there's a force in being empowered inside of you. There's a force in being empowered inside of you. And you must deliberately choose to be empowered inside of you, irrespective of what may be going on around you, irrespective of what may be going on within you. You must choose to be empowered within. You must choose to be empowered within. You must choose to be empowered within. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Okay? This is very, very important. Now, the choice is yours. That's part one on on our session on the point of advantage, part one. So we've spoken about the mind effect today. We spoke about the mind effect today, and the mind effect, very critical, empowering yourself within so that you will take control on the outside. So you would not control what you have not controlled inside of you. You would not control on the outside what has not been controlled inside of you. So are you making the choice to be a proactive person or a reactive individual? But those who build a point of advantage are those who choose to be proactive. Okay, that's it on Growth School today. And for those who have questions, we have questions you can share. But before I take questions, I want to mention that my book, Courage, is out. Okay, Courage: How Ordinary People Achieve Extraordinary Results. Okay, so it's out. Courage is out. Courage is out. Courage is out. Yes, Courage is out and is available at a very affordable price, less than the price is less than $2. It's less than $2. Just go to the link in the comment section, okay, which I'm highlighting right now. And also, when you get a copy of that book, which teaches you how to become courageous, how to take real action, how to build courage from within, how to be courageous in your daily life, how to help your children to become courageous, how to be courageous in your relationship, how to be courageous in your workplace, maybe with your bosses or with your superior. Also, how to build the courage to develop innovative solutions. Okay, I wrote in that book how you can build the courage to build innovative solutions, solutions that control the world, solutions that people love, people want to be involved in, solutions. How did people like Elon Musk build the courage to do the things they do? Okay, I wrote in that book. It's about 74 pages, and you would learn a lot from that book. And also, for everyone who gets a copy of this book, you would also get access to my online video course for free on Courage Code, your Courage Code, where I spoke about why courage is important, what is courage, recklessness versus courage, where I talked about building the courage to speak, how to build a courage blueprint, and that course is very amazing. So immediately you pay, okay, the book will be sent to your email, and then you will gain access to the course immediately. So no itches, no having to reach out to me, no backup issues, is fully automated. Okay, just go ahead, get a copy of that book. That's the link there. It is currently available only on Seller. Okay, currently available only on Seller, and is available as ebook. Okay, so just go get a copy. You can also do well to buy more copies for your friends, send to them, and all of that. Okay, I don't know if you have questions for me tonight. If you have questions for me on the topic we have treated already, feel free to take a screenshot of these before I take this off, so that you can get a copy after now, or just copy from the comment section. Just click on the comment section and then you get a copy. Okay, so we'll take part 2 next week. Please don't mix it. Next week is going to be superb. You know how people used to use the word superb. Next week is going to be superb, I tell you. It's going to be phenomenal. Next week is going to be great. So I'm going to talk about other effects and how you can build that attractive power. Okay, so do you have any question? Do you have questions? Do you have questions for me? Do you have questions for me? Questions. Anyone who has questions for me? All right, so thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm really grateful. I don't take this for granted at all, at all. I don't take this for granted. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm grateful. Till I come your way again next week, remain phenomenal. Be a better version of yourself and keep changing your world. Cheers, everyone. All right.